Today we will continue to analyze the cryptocurrency market, continue to set goals for altcoins, and analyze the current market situation. We will start with Bitcoin. I would like to remind you that Bitcoin is in the final wave of the bull market. That is, after this growth, we are already expecting the beginning of the bear market. Accordingly, we should gradually exit Bitcoin. I remind you that you should fix in parts. And let's analyze the local picture of this impulse, which is formed. This is how it looks like. Now we are forming a correction in the senior degree. I made a post on Telegram where I suggested that we are now forming a consolidation because we are at the round quote of $100,000. This is a psychologically significant quote for the Bitcoin price, so we will linger here for a while and we won't break it quickly. Such significant values are not broken quickly. Therefore, I assumed here the presence of consolidation, possibly in the form of a triangle and further continuation of growth that is breaking through the quote of $100,000. Judging by the structure, there is still potential for Bitcoin growth. I have already announced the goals. You can watch the previous video and also go to Telegram. There are market reviews. The link is in the description. Next, I opened the Bitcoin dominance chart. Here, our scenario is perfectly realized. The dominance bounced exactly from the golden section 0.618, which we marked here, and accordingly we have started the alt season. Judging by the dominance chart, there is still potential for altcoin growth. As for the altcoins themselves, since the previous review XRP has grown very strongly, it has risen to $3 and reached the golden section of 0.618, which I have marked here. On the third wave of momentum, I have fixed 50% of positions here. The next target is $3.70, and in case of further price movement upwards, you can also fix in parts on these targets, that is on the golden sections. Many have asked why I fixed my position exactly at this point, since firstly, this is where the golden ratio is located, meaning the first minimal target for the fifth wave that I marked. Accordingly, this is my personal target, so I gave you a bit more potential to lock in profits later. I am a more conservative person with an already established capital, so considering the amount I invested, it's better for me to lock in a bit earlier. But if you expect some big profits, some significant multiples, and you have a small capital that you want to grow, it's clear that you should aim to lock in later, because this way you can achieve a larger profit. By the way, regarding XRP, regarding capitalization, let me open up the XRP capitalization. XRP market cap I'm interested in. This is the capitalization. When I made a forecast on XRP, many people in the comments wrote where in principle the money can come from in the market for the price to go to such targets. As you can see, in a month, the capitalization has grown by 500%. That is $30 billion to $170 and almost $200 billion, literally in 1 month. As I have already said, I do not pay attention to the fundamental factors of altcoins. I also do not pay attention to capitalization. I just look at the price chart. If the price chart shows a formation, the potential of this formation in most cases is realized. Everything is very simple. And many people make the mistake that they predict the price movement looking into the future based only on the current market situation. And at the same time, they do not take into account the fact that the price of XRP is very high. But they do not take into account the fact that everything can change dramatically. And everything happens in the market because the pendulum swings constantly from the side of maximum pessimism to maximum optimism, and vice versa. That is, we should always look at the market in the opposite direction. Global or local corrections, of course, it brings some negative atmosphere, but they are excellent opportunities to enter the market because after the correction, there is further growth. And it does not matter what capitalization the asset has, what news, what situation, if the potential is present, it is realized in most cases. The pendulum will inevitably swing to the other side. In general, my principle is to always be happy. The price falls, I am happy, because it is a good opportunity to enter the market. The price rises, I rejoice, because it is a good opportunity to exit the market. In both cases, I stay on the plus side in terms of my emotional state. The situation is similar on the cryptocurrency Stellar, which is correlated with XRP. Here too, the price has reached the 0.618 golden section. I have locked in 50% of my spot position. Again, per the targets I've noted above, it's possible to lock in with parts. The next target is $1, the most likely target since it's a round quote. And then on to the golden ratio, just like I taught you to do. If anything, you can watch the training playlist. I am also very happy with Tron cryptocurrency. Since the last review, it has grown very much and reached our minimum target of $0.4. Given the dynamics of the asset, that is, we still have a PC wave impulse forming here, and we are probably within the third wave. There is still a lot of potential for growth here, and I am already considering the logarithmic triangle potential, that is the most optimistic target of this wave. The potential of the logarithmic triangle is at the value of $3. That is, the next target on the cryptocurrency Tron is $3. Also, I remind you that you and I ran a project a couple years ago where I bought $100 worth of cryptocurrency every day and showed all my purchases to you. That is, you could completely repeat after me, and accordingly, our average purchase price on cryptocurrency Tron is quite low, and the price has increased from our average purchase price by 510%. So also by design, it is time to lock in 50% of positions. Since we started looking at the old guys, I will analyze a couple more of these cryptocurrencies. The first one is Bitcoin Cash. Here also a triangle structure is formed. I expect an upward exit from it. The target is in the neighborhood of $4,000. After the realization of the target, understandably, I expect the start of a full-fledged bear market. Cryptocurrency Siacoin, this altcoin is not even in the capitalization stop right now, but nevertheless, the chart looks perfect, very harmonious, and the structure is very clear. That is, here on the left we see the formation of the first wave, then the second wave, then the third wave, which is made up of 5 junior waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have the formation of an obvious triangle A, B, C, D, E. It is likely that wave E has already formed. I am waiting for the potential of this triangle to be realized on a normal scale. Let's find it. I switch to the regular chart. The potential of the triangle is equal to the distance of its largest wave. I substitute this potential to the exit of the triangle. We get a value of about $0.15 from the low of the wave, and this rise would be about 4,000%. Again, I remind you that potentials are realized in most cases, but not always. That is, it can be that the potential is not realized, and you do not need to invest all 100% of Siacoin now. We'll see this kind of potential. Always show quality, safe diversification. Let's go further with cryptocurrency BNB. Here the structure is certainly controversial, but nevertheless, according to the rules, there is a triangle and the exit from the triangle up has already occurred. The price is now within the final wave of the bull market. The usual potential of the triangle has already been realized. So let's find the logarithmic. We are on the logarithmic chart substituting this potential for the breakdown of the trendline resistance, and this is the potential we have here. It is exactly at the round quote of $1,000. That is, about 70 to 80% of this potential has already been realized. And there are several options here. I have marked the most pessimistic one. This is that within the final wave may form the final diagonal. That is, the structure that is present on the chart. And the price within the diagonal, understandably, does not rise much, because it means the weakness of the uptrend. This is the first option. The second option is that we have the first wave of the impulse formed here, then the second wave. Then we have the third wave, the fourth, and the fifth. We will look at the situation if the price goes far beyond the previous local maximum. I will switch to the impulse marking, but for now, I will stick to the diagonal. If anything, I will give you a quick notification in Telegram, so subscribe. The link is in the description. Next is the cryptocurrency Polkadot. Here, most likely, also draws out a finite diagonal, only on a much larger scale. Our scenario, which we noted, is relevant, but this altcoin stresses me, because the structure does not look harmonious. That is, according to the rules, we can expect the upward movement and the update of the global maximum within the wave of this zigzag and within the third wave of the diagonal. But I am very much stressed by this downward correction, which almost updated the previous global low, and accordingly the structure does not look harmonious to me. Nevertheless, I will continue to stick to this scenario. If something changes, I will tell you about it. That is, I am on the cryptocurrency Polkadot. Expect a gradual smooth upward movement with the renewal of the global high of $55. Next is the cryptocurrency Toncoin. Here, as you remember, our scenario has been realized for a long time. We predicted the formation of a triangle and an upward exit from it. The triangle was formed in this place, the exit from it occurred, the price fulfilled our targets, and there was already a correction of a senior degree, which we also expected. The whole analysis was given in Telegram in advance. Further, we assumed that either this impulse movement will be the final wave of the bull market, or wave one in the lower degree within the final wave of the bull market. And now I stick to the positive scenario. That is, the second wave has finished, and most likely now we have the third wave of the bull market. That is the third wave of the impulse, which I mentioned here. Therefore, we can expect the growth to continue. In general, as for the potential of the triangle, if I put it here to the breakdown of the trendline resistance, the potential will be located in the area of $20. Now, this is the minimum target judging by this markup. That is, $20 is the minimum target for the cryptocurrency Toncoin. Further, meme coin PP. Here we predicted the correction of the senior degree. We drew a head and shoulders. Potential was realized by about 30%, 30-40, and the correction we eventually developed into a triangle. The correction of the senior degree. As you remember, triangles are formed before the final wave of growth. Moreover, this triangle is running. That is, it is a clear triangle on this altcoin. And we expect the final wave of growth, then the beginning of the bear market. Situations are dangerous. I will continue to recommend you to gradually fix this altcoin. Nevertheless, let us take a look at the targets for this upward move, what they could be. The usual triangle potential, as far as I can see, we have here realized. Now let's find the logarithmic potential of the triangle, that is, on a logarithmic chart. We find this potential, and the potential is located in the neighborhood of this value. I will not say it, because there are a lot of zeros. Next, we will note the trend-based Fibonacci expansion. This is the way I do it. We have this extension, let's see which one, based on the logarithmic scale. We're going to turn that off first. Yeah, okay, let's still use based on a regular scale. And our target is 0.618. The golden section is approximately converging with the target of the triangle potential, and another target is located at this value. Next, I will note the Fibonacci extension based on the first wave. Again, we find approximately the same values, taking into account that the fifth wave could have already completed, but it is unlikely. Let's also note the parallel channel. This is how I will do it. Also, according to the parallel channel, the final wave of the impulse could have already completed. In general, the situation is dangerous. I have marked the approximate targets for the upward movement. The maximum target we can reach is 0.00010. This is right at the super optimistic scenario. Next, cryptocurrency optimism. Considering all our positive scenarios that we noted here, the picture, on the contrary, seems negative. Now, I will justify my point of view. First, on the left, we see the formation of a running triangle wave A, B, C, D, E. Then there was an upward exit from it. The triangle is formed before the final wave of the structure. Then the fifth wave was formed, which is the final diagonal. That is, the final diagonal also confirms that this is the final wave of the previous bull market. And then there was a very deep correction, and it appeared most likely in the form of the initial diagonal. All rules and norms are perfectly observed here. An initial diagonal is a structure that starts a trend. Accordingly, after the initial diagonal, we can see only a correction, an upward correction, and a continuation of the downward movement, without updating the previous local or global maximum. In general, I have marked this scenario on the chart. That is, judging by the current picture, judging by all the factors I see here, I do not expect a global high update, maximum upward correction, and then a global low update. That is, the structure here is maximally negative. Again, if the situation changes, I will let you know. But in terms of optimism at the moment, the situation looks probably the most negative than compared to other altcoins. And forgot to mention cryptocurrency link at the beginning. Here we assumed the formation of the third impulse wave and the breakdown of the previous local maximum. That is, we assumed that we have here completed the first wave of the impulse, then the correction, and we expected at these moments of the third wave. The local maximum was broken, and I expect this scenario to be realized here. So, friends, don't forget that we are in the final stage of the bull market. Just in the final stage of a bull market in cryptocurrencies, we have altcoins firing and the dominance is falling, and we see that happening now. So, on highs, understandably, do not buy. Gradually fix profit on spot positions and gradually exit the market, fixing in installments, because a bear market can start very suddenly. Nevertheless, as I said, there is still potential for further growth of altcoins and for further growth of Bitcoin. If there are any factors on the chart that indicate the beginning of a bear market, I will warn you. In the next video, we will look at another set of altcoins. Friends, if this video was useful for you, then be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. If you are not subscribed yet, click on the bell to not miss the next useful videos for you. Subscribe to Telegram. The link is in the description. I wish you all the best. Profit, win, love you all, and bye-bye.